Hello there everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Good Game Have Fun. This is THP talking to you guys once again, and it is very obvious that I was going to talk about this at some point. I hesitated to make a video on this because, you know, it just feels like deja vu. We've already been through this. So Shinobi Refle, Senran Kagura is finally coming out in the West as Senran Kagura Reflections, and the release date was just announced, I think like 1 or 2 days ago. It was very recent. September the 13th in North America is finally coming out. Based on the information that XSEED is putting out there, they're localizing this game. Obviously, they have been the localizer for SK since the very beginning. And so, yeah, I had a lot of questions, you know, as to, like, how they would release it in English. You know, would they release all the DLC individually? Will it come with multiple characters? Just the one character? Will it be, like, a complete edition? Well, they are going to be taking the DLC route for this one, apparently. It's going to be Asuka, of course. The base game will just be the Asuka story for $10. And at launch, we will have the Yumi DLC as well. Back when it came out in Japan, it was only Asuka. And then it wasn't until much later where we got confirmation that Yumi would be making it in the game, like 3 days after it was announced. So, But here, we're going to have the two characters just right out of the gate, and as the weeks go by, we are going to be getting the other three characters, and I think there will be more DLC for the accessories. So let me just make this screen way bigger so that you guys can actually read it. And yeah, so it's going to be launching for Nintendo Switch via the eShop. Again, another question that I have, I know I'm full of questions right now, but... So yeah, when Peach Ball, Senran Kagura, the pinball game, comes out in Japan, they did include the special edition that has a physical version of Shinobi Refle, a Shinobi Refle Premium that comes with all of the DLC and even some extra stuff as well. When they announced that this game was coming out for the West, I was wondering if they would give us a physical release or a non-physical release. We know that Limited Run Games is a company that makes physical copies for indie games or other games that might not be AAA but are still kind of appreciated. Senran Kagura Bon Appetit is about to come out in a physical fashion with brand new artwork and everything. I almost want to buy it just to have it. But it kind of makes me wonder if we'll ever see a physical edition for Refle, whether it's when the pinball game comes out in English and they have the limited edition, or Limited Run Games will do anything about it. I was wondering if, like, right now with this release, it'll be physical, but no, it'll be all digital right now. And considering how the West treats these kinds of ecchi games differently, that's why I have that doubt of, like, maybe we won't get a physical. Because I'm just a big fan of SK, I just kind of like having physical copies of all of these. But digital, alright, that's fine. I mean, the Reflections in general was meant to be just like a small experimental digital thing anyway. So I'm not super, you know, obsessed about like, oh, getting a physical or whatever. Hold on, let me lift up my microphone here so you guys can actually hear me. But yeah, $10 on September the 13th. September the 13th is, where's my phone? Where's my phone so that I can actually look at the calendar and see when, on what day that falls on. I'll definitely be back in class by that time. Yeah, it'll be Thursday. Thursday, like 2 weeks from now. It's really not, well, like 2 or 3 weeks from now. It's really not that far off. But yeah, XSEED Games has announced that Yumi will be available for $10. Murasaki, Riona, and Yumi due out in the weeks to follow. I know that with announcements like these, people tend to go like, oh, are they gonna announce somebody new? Like, no. The 5 characters, and that's all we're getting. That's fine. I don't really mind. With Europe is, of course, the almost memeable XSEED phrase of, this summer is coming. But a specific release date is yet to be announced. I'm assuming it'll be maybe like a week or so later after this. There's an overview of the game. I mean, we really don't have to read it because we've already played the game to death already here on this channel. I have pretty much these long, like 4-hour videos of me going through the entire story for all 5 girls. Now, granted, it was kind of pointless when you stop and think about it because... you know, all of it was in Japanese. We couldn't really understand any of it. We just had to kind of guess some stuff. And I used Google Translate on my phone to get like a very rough, you know, estimate of what the hell the characters were actually saying. But I do appreciate and I do like that we're getting these games over here officially translated so that we can see what the hell is going on. It is going to give Shinobi Refle a bit of a second win in terms of playing it on this channel. I am going to be playing it, by the way, if you guys are wondering. That's why I'm asking these questions about the physical release, and is going to be a premium version, is going to come with everything or not, because if it did come with everything, by far, no doubt, I'll buy this. But, if it is, you know, sectioned off in DLC as it was in Japan, then I'll probably just buy the characters, you know, 10 bucks each, and then just do the Let's Play with that, you know? I'm not gonna buy any of the added accessories or any of that stuff. But if I buy it digitally right now, it kind of makes me want to hesitate on getting the physical version, you know, the premium version that comes with the pinball game, with the limited edition of the pinball game, if that even is a thing that comes out here in the West, you know? Assuming that it does come over, I was thinking of just getting that, but considering how a lot of people get excited about this and they're always asking, are you going to play it in English? Are you going to play it in English? Yes, but I don't know about, I don't know how I feel about paying for the same game 3 times, because I spent 50 bucks, you know, getting all 5 characters in the Japanese version. Now I'm doing it again here, and I'm gonna do it probably, I say maybe, but I probably will do it again when Peach Ball arrives. And that's like $100, because that's 50 for Peach Ball and then 50 for Refle, so yeah. But anyway, you know, we can go ahead and just read through this real quick. After brutal melees, rhythm cooking contests, and shockingly serious water gun fights. Yeah, shockingly serious is a good way to put it. The Senran Kagura series is ready to take on the world of interactive storytelling for the first time. I mean, not really. I mean, you can just combine the dressing room and any other dialogue scene in the other games, and that's basically Shinobi Refle in a nutshell. This is not a first-time thing. Asuka, yeah, the heroine. You'll see her in surprising new ways. Uses the unique properties of the Joy-Con for reflexology and massage, melt away her worries and stresses by hand, or through a variety of useful tools, and explore deeper relationships than it has ever been possible. Yeah. Advanced HD Rumble. Yeah. Give her signal. So much needed relaxation. Lead players across branching paths towards one of 7 different situations and 6 unique endings. And that's just for Asuka. Scenarios for fan-favorite characters Yumi, Murasaki, Riona, and Yumi will be released over the weeks following the game's launch as additional DLC. Okay, cool. So we don't really have to wait like a month, how we did in Japan. Because I do remember the gap of all the DLC characters in Japan being way longer. Like, it came to the point where everybody was saying, well, at least I was saying, like, I think this is it, you know? Like, they're not gonna announce any more characters. They're kind of done with it. And, oh, we got Murasaki. Oh, we got Riona. Oh, we have Yomi. So, yeah, it really was a large gap, but because now all of the characters have been confirmed, you know, we're not going to get any more. Now, you know, with this English release, you're kind of just rolling them all out. Okay, here are all the characters, and they'll come out, like, once a week, you know? There is a trailer. I do want to watch it because, you know, even though we already know the game very well, we don't, we haven't seen any English text. This will be my first time seeing anything from this game in English. Of course, obviously, the game is rated M. I would say that in comparison to other Senran Kagura games, in comparison to like Estival versus or PBS or anything, this is very lightweight. Like, really, there isn't a whole lot of like nudity or anything like that. I mean, you have ecchi outfits and stuff. And some of the situations are pretty suggestive, but like, it's not like in PBS where like you shoot her with a water gun and blah, like her clothes come flying off or something, you know? It's never really been that bad. It's kind of harmless when you really stop and think about it. It's kind of like a wholesome little love story, but you know, Senran Kagura being Senran Kagura, everybody just like, you know, instinctively says M rating. So yeah, sexual themes and partial nudity. That's an M rating for you. But yeah, you know, just the fact that this whole box is so empty already tells you that there really isn't a whole lot going on here that will warrant the M rating, in my opinion. But hey, it's kind of like in between T and M, you know, not quite M, but above T for sure. Experience a new side of Senran Kagura. Coming exclusively to Nintendo Switch. You can already tell that you're watching a fucking American trailer, right? An American trailer for a Japanese thing, because the Japanese trailers always put so much more care and attention to this. I just feel like they're so much better made than the fucking American port of all of these games. It always seems like text, gameplay, more text, gameplay, and like just whatever background music you can find from the game, right? I don't know. I just feel like between this and like the Uppers trailer is just really cheap. You know, you can already tell, you know, what games publishers give a shit about and which ones they don't, you know? And I think this is another one of these that kind of feel a little bit slapped together. You actually came, I'm so glad. There we go. I know that she says that already in the game. Thank you, Google Translate. Okay, that's cool. Feel like I'm melting. I like how they kind of shove it in here on the side of the subtitles, because sometimes it gets a little intrusive when it's like, you know, there in the center, popping up. I like the little detail. There's like a little box there on the side is good. Dress for success. What does that even mean in terms of Shinobi Refle, but okay. Big brother. Yeah, I'm seeing all the text boxes. I'm seeing them all. Yeah, me being your tutor will give you a lesson, then it'll be your turn. Jeez. I mean, again, the dialogue isn't the most, you know, unexpected thing in the world, right? When you see all these scenarios, you kind of already know what the hell is gonna happen, right? What she's gonna say, but it's always good to, like, have it be confirmed officially that this is what she's saying. And, you know, Senran Kagura has really good writing in terms of comedy, in terms of really making the characters come out on their own, and, you know, have a line of dialogue, and then have a fan be like, yeah, that's something that Hikage would say. You know, they're really good at doing that, so I really hope that they insert all of those character quirks into Refle, rather than just, I'm a teacher, so I'm your tutor, and oh, I'll imply sex, but it's never gonna happen, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, and so that, you do all that with the Joy-Cons, you're so nice. Senpai! Apparently her saying senpai means hey in English. Here I go already criticizing the fucking, the fucking English localizations. Like, that's my problem, there's always my problem. There's so many fucking words that are so obviously one thing, and, like, they type in something else. Like, people are gonna be like, oh, you know, like, I worry that people might get confused, right? Somebody will listen and be like, oh, senpai, and then in English it says hey, so I guess senpai means hey, you know, in Japanese. I just don't want that shit to happen. I hate that. When, you know, one character is clearly saying something, a very specific kind of thing, and then the English text is saying something that has, like, nothing to fucking do with that, you know? And I know that you can't really translate senpai to English, but, like, I don't know, man. Do it like how the fan subs do it, you know? Like, have a little parentheses that kind of explains what the fuck the word means, so that we can learn more from the culture, instead of just staying in our little American comfort zone where, you know, they have to be like us, you know? I don't know. It's just me bitching and moaning about the localization. I don't fucking work there, so I don't know how they make the decisions. But, they can definitely do better with, you know, kind of respecting the fan base a little bit more, and being like, okay, you know about the Japanese culture stuff, you know? We can teach you some stuff here, rather than just, you know, tying you down to your language, you know? Maybe you can learn new things, learn new words, instead of fucking, you know, having people continuing to be clueless and ignorant, and just stereotyping other cultures. But hey, whatever. That's just me. This is me, like, working on this domino effect. I know it's fallacious for me to say that, but still. That's the kind of stuff that kind of rolls in my mind whenever I think about a fucking game with a girl that says the word senpai, and then the American translation, the localization says, hey! But hey. Senran Kagura Reflections coming September the 13th, 2018, which is right around the corner, is like around like 2 or 3 weeks away. It's right here, right upon us. There are a couple of screenshots here that we can look at, but if you guys have seen my many live streams where I play Shinobi Refle in Japanese, I have hours and hours and hours of footage that you guys can watch, so you can go to my channel. I have like a big playlist on my main channel that says everything Senran Kagura, so you can just go in there and click on whatever you want, and the Shinobi Refle playlist should be there. And yeah, I'm excited just to see what everything translates to. Definitely the moment where people actually give a shit about my live streams, whenever there's actual people on my streams, is whenever I play Senran Kagura. And I remember a particularly large amount of people showing up for Refle. So, yeah, you know, for the sake of, you know, the stream, and for the sake of, you know, bringing in the people and just having fun, I am going to be buying all of this at launch. I mean, it's 20 bucks, whatever. It could be a lot worse. And, you know, I could wait until just like a full version, or like the physical version for Peach Ball, but I feel like by that time the ship has sailed and everybody already played it and everybody knows about it. And you know, there's other people like Etika and Retro and all these people that play Senran Kagura as well, so I don't want to be left behind either. So I guess I can give these games a shot when they come out. At least I can, you know, talk about these games from a slightly more knowledgeable perspective, because all of those people that play SK, they do it for that reaction of like, ooh, I'm doing the, oh, boobies, ooh, you know, like people that have never seen boobs in their life, or pretend like they've only seen boobs for the first time now with this anime thing, you know, they just go, oh, it's so crazy, but like, you know, I feel like I'm the only guy out there that really talks about, oh, it makes sense for her to say that because in the story, you know, this thing happens, and so she's making a reference to this, you know, like, I'm the only one stupid enough that gives a shit about the lore, so, maybe my streams have more value because of that. I really wish they do. I feel like, people kind of discriminate all of these ecchi games, and they just see them as kind of like reaction fodder, rather than actually seeing them as characters with story and all that stuff. It's ironic, you know, because the people that really love and appreciate these games get called fucking sexist and objectifying people for like, oh, for playing this shit. But, the people that are not interested in that, the people that don't like them, the people that are calling all those people out for being objectifying, are the ones that are actually doing the objectifying, because they are the ones that don't see any value in these games, that only see pieces of meat, that only see, oh, prepubescent boys masturbating to the woman, you know? But, the actual fans are like, no, these are characters that have goals, and have, you know, a personality, and little in-jokes, and interactions with each other, and a cool backstory, and all that kind of stuff, right? No, but we're the ones that get punished. We are the sexist ones. We're the ones that, you know, that are really disrespecting these characters. Yeah, no, yeah, it's on us, sure. Yeah, we're at fault here. But, ranting aside, I am fairly excited that we are finally getting more Senran Kagura games in English. Xseed is really fucking far behind when it comes to, you know, all of the information that has already come out in Japan, you know. I mean, what do we have? I mean, I keep praying to the Lord Jesus Christ up in the sky that we get, New Link here. In the United States, but considering how much of a fucking prude the iOS App Store is, I every day when I stop and think about it, I always think that maybe we're not gonna get it ever. Maybe the Google Play Store will allow it, but when it comes to iOS, which is where I play New Link, I don't think we'll ever get it, because they are such fucking hard asses when it comes to anime and fan service and all that shit, but they allow like fucking a billion clones of a popular game to be, you know, released out there. You know, they allow like a billion versions of 2048 made by some fucking random Korean dude to make money with like a billion ads and shit like that. But no, like a boobie, no, we don't allow that. You know, that's just too much. But, again, I'm ranting again. If you guys are excited about this, if you guys have your own thoughts about this, go ahead and leave it in the comments. You can give this video a like, subscribe, bell icon, social media links down in the description below, and I will see you guys next time with some more Senran Kagura news, videos, commentary, whenever the situation presents itself. I've been thirsty for some English Senran Kagura news, and Refle is about as much as we're gonna get. We haven't heard anything about Burst Renewal yet. I'm waiting on their release date. Some people saying that it's October. That would make sense. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.